Well, folks, right after that exciting bout, we waste no time here. We are moving on to the final men's middleweight bout between Juan Mercado of Mexico and Andranik Hakobyan from Armenia. Dante De Castro from the Philippines is your referee. Basi, Larado, Tueba, Zux, and Stubley are the judges. Juan Mercado from Mexico. Only 19 years old. First place in the Mexican National Championships last year and first place in the Mexican National Olympiad this year. Hakobyan from Armenia. He was at the Chicago AIBA World Championships where he lost to Darren Sutherland of Ireland in the second round of the preliminary bout. He then went on to the 2009 AIBA World Championships in Milan, where he took second place with a loss to Abbas Atayev of Uzbekistan. So here it is, Mercado in the red corner from Mexico, Hakobyan in the blue corner from Armenia. Mercado starting out of the gate fast. He's ripping shots. Hakobyan fighting back with abandon. Mercado, hands up high. Hakobyan as well. And here comes Mercado. Ooh, a stiff left hand by Mercado snaps back the head of Hakobyan. Mercado with a left, right, left to the body. A big right hand by Mercado. And Hakobyan circling away, trying to avoid danger. Hakobyan with a left to the body. Lefts and rights being thrown by Mercado now. Crowd's really starting to get into this. There's a big Mexican contingency right above the ring, and they're cheering their man on. Mercado with an overhand right. He's pushing Hakobyan back. And now the referee's going to issue a caution to Hakobyan. Mercado pushing out a left. Hakobyan throwing out a left hook. Both boxers lock it up in the center of the ring. Hakobyan throwing a left hook off the clinch. Throwing a left jab down the pipe. A right hand as he sidesteps his way in, does Mercado. A left hook followed by a right hand by Mercado. He's got Hakobyan up against the ropes. The referee going to separate the boxers, issue a caution to Mercado to keep his hands up. Hakobyan with a left, right, left combination, followed with a right hand to the head of Mercado. Mercado throws a baby left upper jab, and it falls short of his mark. There's another one, a wild right hand by Mercado. Hakobyan is coming back with a double right, a triple right to the head of Mercado. A left jab right down the pipe by Hakobyan. Boxers standing in the center of the ring. A little over a minute to go in this first round, and already tempers are flaring. A right hand by Mercado to the temple of Hakobyan. A wild right hand by Mercado. He's got Hakobyan up against the rope. Hakobyan is able to escape harm's way as he circles to his left. And here comes Mercado again, doing work up against the ropes. He's throwing punches with his left hand. He's throwing punches with his right hand. And now Hakobyan's able to turn the tide. And here is Hakobyan now, backpedaling just a bit. A right hand down the pipe by Mercado. A snappy left hook by Hakobyan scores to the head of Mercado. That was a beauty of a shot. And Mercado, as Hakobyan walked away thinking that the round was over, Mercado was ready to jump on his man. The referee recognized the situation, called Hakobyan back to action, and boxing resumes in the center of the ring. Hakobyan with a left hand, a stiff left hand, a right to the body by Mercado, and now the Mexican crowd really starting to get loud. You could barely hear yourself thinking here. A stiff left by Mercado, and Mercado is really applying the pressure right now. Action starting to pick up here in the Heydar Aliyev Sport Complex in downtown Baku, Azerbaijan. There's just a second to go, and that is it, round one in the books. And let's take a look at the action from round number 1. Mercado pressing with a left and a right. He's got Hakobyan up against the ropes. His head goes down. He's using it like a spear, and the referee rightfully calls a stop to the action and gives a proper caution to Mercado, but Mercado, unrelenting, continues to press forward, and you see the coach of Hakobyan in the corner. Hakobyan with a 9-4 lead after round number 1. Wow, look at that score. All the judges saw it in favor of the Armenian, Andranik Hakobyan. So after round 1, we've got a score of 9-4, Armenia over Mexico. There's just a few seconds left before boxing resumes. This is the last men's middleweight contest of the afternoon session. We'll then move on to see some exciting heavyweight contests, 4 to be precise, following this bout. A left by Hakobyan. Hakobyan doing a good job circling now, staying out of harm's way. Mercado throwing a right hand out there, and a nice right counter punch by Hakobyan. And again, things starting to get a little ugly in there as both boxers lock up. There's a lot of clinching going on, a lot of infighting. Hakobyan seeming to be willing to do whatever it takes. Mercado trying to get his space to land those rangy punches. Right left by Mercado. Right left hand by Mercado. And a left by Hakobyan now falls short. Action slow just a little bit here in the first minute of round number 2. It's getting a little ugly in there. The referee might want to consider trying to get these boxers to keep it clean. Mercado with a lunging right falls short, and Hakobyan comes back with a left of his own. Hakobyan with a left of the body falls short, and a hammering right hand by Mercado. That was an interesting punch if I've ever seen one. Fell short. Looked like he was swinging a hammer down at the circus. You know, the game where you bang the hammer down and the ball goes up. It looked like that's what he was swinging. A steel anvil. Mercado, perhaps he could start keeping those punches straight and knock his man down. Hakobyan won't go away. Mercado throws a left hand up, and now Hakobyan trying to steady the action, trying to steady the pace. Mercado throwing a left to the body and lunging in with a wild right, and again Hakobyan looks to the referee for some support. 2 minutes down, the referee is going to bring Mercado to the corner. Maybe a slight cut or a bloody nose upon Mercado's face. And now action resumes here, a minute left in the second round. A right hand, a chopping right by Mercado. This is really starting to get a little messy in there. There's lots of infighting going on, lots of clinching. Both of these boxers seeming to get a little frustrated, perhaps a little tired. Referee going to caution them to keep it clean. Hakobyan comes forward. Mercado, Hakobyan with a left full short. Mercado keeping the pressure on. A nice sneaky right hand by Hakobyan, snaps back the head of Mercado. And now a chopping right, a double chopping right hand by Hakobyan, both fall short, and now he continues to put the pressure on Mercado. Referee going to issue a caution to Hakobyan. Boxing resumes in the center. Mercado, long right hand falls short. Mercado, lunging left hook, a left hand, looks like it connected to the jaw of Hakobyan, right hand fell short. And Hakobyan comes with a whipping right hand over the left guard of Mercado. Looked like that scored, and now here comes Mercado. Pressing forward. Left hook by Hakobyan scores on the chin. And once again, they resort to wrestling in the end of the second round. The referee going to issue another caution, let the boxing resume. However, that will be the end of round number 2. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. And with a score now of 15-7 going into the third round, you hear the boos from the Mexican contingency. They're not happy with the scorekeeping, or at least with the score results. It's 15-7. The Armenian is up. So let's take a look at some of the action that resulted in this score here in round number 2. You see Mercado trying to land, unable to get in that stiff and high defense of Andranik Hakobyan from Armenia. There's the scores, 9-4 in the first round, 6-3 in the second. That brings us to our current score of 15-7. You hear the 10-second bell. And that's it, folks. This is the third and final round. And looks like Mercado's going to be sent back to his corner to get dried off a little bit. Perhaps a little too much grease. And Mercado persists forward. Hakobyan whipping out that jab. Mercado pressing forward. Here comes Mercado. Hakobyan on the retreat. Mercado needs to figure out a way to get inside. Hakobyan doing a very good job of keeping his distance. He's got a nice, high, tight guard. He's got great footwork. He's doing a lot of circling. And as a result, Mercado cannot seem to find him and land some solid punches. And to his credit, Hakobyan knows that this style is working for him because he's well ahead on the scorecards going into this third round. Don't fix it if it's not broken, says Hakobyan. He'll continue doing what's working. He'll continue to circle. He'll continue to keep a high defense. He'll continue to throw punches when he sees his opening. He uses good footwork. He's well balanced. Mercado's doing a good job, to his credit, of keeping the action going, of throwing punches in bunches, of trying to find an opening. But boxing is not an art if it's not a science. And you need to combine the two to really excel in this sport. And you need to look for angles, you need to use footwork, you need to use speed, and you need to use style and grace if you want to succeed in this sport. Mercado's trying to put all those factors together. Hard to put them together in the ring if you didn't put them together in practice first. Let's see what Mercado could take with him from all the years of training, because it comes down to the next minute and a half here in round number 3. Does he have what it takes to unseat Hakobyan, who's riding high in the latter half of this third round? Okay, so here we are with 1:10 to go. Mercado sent to his corner. Looks like we may have a cut. We sure do. A cut under the right eye of Juan Antonio Mercado. Hard-headed kid, tough no doubt. Won't let this bout be stopped if it's under his control. The doctor at ringside, the AIBA medical staff, taking a close look at the cut. This could be a bad one, folks. The doctor may decide he doesn't want the boxer to continue. Remember, the #1 most important factor for all these contests under the AIBA jurisdiction is the safety of the boxer. If the doctor and the medical jury feel that the boxer is not in good enough condition to go on, they will not let the boxer's safety be sacrificed. And in this case, with the headgear coming off, it does indeed look like the doctor has decided that Juan Antonio Mercado has an injury which should warrant him to not continue boxing. The next question becomes, what, if any, will be the result? Now, that's the first time that we've seen a tissue or a gauze pad be held in by the squinting eye of a bleeding boxer. However, the referee has stopped the contest due to an injury, the R16, in 1:50 in the third round, and the victory goes to Andranik Hakobyan of Armenia. Let's see if we could find the punch that actually causes that cut to open. We believe Mercado was injured originally in the first when the referee brought him to the corner to take a look at it. It looked like it may have been from the nose at that time. Apparently there was some punch as opposed to a headbutt, because that could have clearly been a different result. It must have been a clean punch landed by Hakobyan that split open that eye of Mercado. And here comes Mercado lunging forward, and there we have it. The victor, Andranik Hakobyan. So with that, folks, we wrap up the men's middleweight roundup. The 75 kilograms are done for now. We have 4 more bouts left in this afternoon session. We will move on to the heavyweights right away. There's 4 bouts at the 91 kilogram weight class. The first one, Azerbaijan versus Hungary.